Welcome, 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 Shamanistas. I'm Sorrell, plant spirit medicine woman, and today I'm guiding you on a journey to connect with the spirit of elder. The elder tree, the elderflower, the elderberries are so medicinal, and they're also steeped in myth and folklore. I'm going to guide you through some of those stories, but more importantly, I'm guiding you on a shamanic journey to connect with your own consciousness, with the spirit of elder. And by doing that, you will develop a unique relationship with the tree. Now, this may unfold in multiple ways, and if you're new to shamanic journeying, that's absolutely fine. I'll guide you through the whole experience from start to finish, so you'll be held in safe space. So let's begin together by talking about the altar that's in front of me. When I work with plant spirits, I will create an altar for them to honour them. A little bit like you would have a mantelpiece and you would honour your relatives and have photographs on the mantelpiece. I like to honour my relative of elder with a picture. I've also asked her, because I have an elderflower tree in the garden, if she minds donating a couple of her branches and flowers for the ceremony, and I've given her an offering. That's part of the folklore that surrounds elder, is that it's bad luck to cut an elder tree. Some traditions suggest that you can leave them an offering and then ask for some of their medicine, and that's what I've done today. I've given them a little kintu, which is a 3-leafed offering, and asked her if she would gift us this beautiful flower so that it can represent her and help us to connect more with her spirit today as we work together. But if you can't do that, it's lovely to have the live plant with you, but if you can't do that, maybe you can have a photograph. If you don't have a printer, then you can just have a little photo on your phone perhaps for a while, just to remember her and to remember the messages that you've shared with her. We have elder flowers, we have elderberries, and I've also got an elder essence. This one is made by Emma Farrell from Plant Consciousness, and it's a really powerful medicine. Now, elder on a medicinal level will work very physically on the immune system. It helps to boost the immune system, but it also helps to clear the sinuses particularly. Working with a berry, you will get a more warming quality to it. The elderflower is more cooling, the elderberry is more warming. So I tend to use the flower for spring, summer colds and the berry for winter colds and flus. I will guide you through a little bit more about her history and her folklore in a moment, because I would suggest to you as well that if you are doing this journey with me today, then if you have access to elderflower or elderberry tea, then make yourself a nice cup of tea or have a little bit of the tincture, if you have the tincture or the essence, before the journey. And so I'll give you some time in a moment to drink that tea or take that medicine while I express a little bit more information about elder herself. So to begin the journey, when we work shamanically, we always clear our energy and we work in sacred space. That's so that we don't accidentally magnetize negativity towards us when we're working energetically. So the first thing we're going to do is clean our energy field. And we're going to do that using our hands and our intention. So I'm going to stand up to show you how to do this. This is a technique that was taught to me by the Quiro. They come from the high Andes in Peru, but this is a technique that all of us can use. So we hold our hands in front of our heart and the heart chakra just at the center of our chests. It's almost in prayer position, but it's a little bit cupped, and that's so that we can fill our hands with love and light that's pouring out of our heart. And so we imagine that our heart chakra is active and it's pouring love and light into our hands, and we scoop that love and light up over our heads, and we open up and share this love and light with the universe. Thank you, universe, for everything that you bring to us. And the universe showers us with love and light, and we receive that love and light into our arms, and then we pour that love and light over the outside of our aura, our energy field, which is about this distance around us normally. And we come down all the way, washing all the way down to the ground, and we connect to the earth. If for any reason you can't reach the earth, then you can just shake your hands, shake your feet a little bit to symbolically release. And also that's how we do it in Qigong. to really release the old energy that is stagnant in the body so that it goes into the earth beneath us. Mama Earth composts that energy. She's a powerful sorceress that can turn a carbon deposit into a diamond, and maybe she'll do that with the burdens and the problems that we're releasing into the ground. Now we're going to come back to our heart. We're going to do the next layer, which is the emotions. Carrying the love and the light from our heart space, sharing it with the universe as we open our arms up to the sky. And then the universe showers us with love and light, and then we bring it through the layer that's from the outside of our protective bubble, which is protecting us from projections from others, and we cleanse all the way through to the skin layer. As we move through this layer of our energy field, we're cleansing away any emotions that we have that are not comfortable. I love the spiritual teaching that if something isn't comfortable, then it doesn't belong to you, and you can release it. So any old emotions, whether you've generated them or whether you accidentally absorb them from others, because sometimes emotions can be, they're a little bit like viruses, we can catch them from others. Just clearing them away, giving them to the earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mama, for taking away any stress, any anxiety that I've been carrying, and for composting it for me. Now coming back to the heart, gathering the love and the light from the heart space, scooping that love and light up over our heads, opening up and sharing it with the universe. The universe showers us with love and light, and now we bring this love and light through the physical body, through the head, through the meridians, all the way through the structures of the body. The bones, the nervous system, the blood, all of the different organs, the tissues, and the spaces in between. Cleansing anything in the physical body which doesn't belong to us, and again giving it to the earth. Thank you, Mama, for taking away those heavy energies and for transforming them for me. Okay, coming back to being just us again, we are going to call in the directions. Now I'm going to use my rattle to do this. If you have a cup of elderflower tea, you might want to offer your tea to the directions in the same way as I'm going to rattle for the directions right now. And I'm going to work with a Mayan medicine wheel because this is the one that's most familiar to me. But if you run through, if you follow rather more of a Celtic path or a Native American path, you might want to call in your directions in your own way, and that's absolutely fine. We do whatever resonates with us. It's all leading us to the same place at the end. So let's begin. I'm going to call in these 7 directions, and they're going to act like bouncers on the door. They're only going to let our friends and our allies into our sacred space when we're journeying. So first of all, connecting into the east, we welcome the spirits of the east. We welcome the dawn and the rising sun. We welcome the fire element. We welcome condor and eagle. Please carry our prayer today to connect with the elder tree up into the upper realms. Help us to connect into the matrix of all that is so that we can sense the medicine the elder has to offer to us and connect in with the plant spirits and their messages. We welcome you all. Connecting in with the spirits of the south, we welcome the water and the flow of life, the warmth of the noonday sun, and Mama Snake. Mama Snake, please help us to release that which no longer serves us so that we can expand, making space for us to become the people that we were born to be. And remind us that we are all one, connected heartbeat to heartbeat with our Mother Earth and all our relations, especially the elder today. We welcome you. Connecting in with the west, we welcome in the dusk and the setting sun. We welcome in the earth and the fertility of life. We welcome in the spirit of Mama Jaguar, who teaches us to be brave warriors and warrioresses, to face the darkness, to face those parts of us which we would like to hide from, those shadows, those little rascals, to bring them in for a big hug, to integrate those parts, to heal them so that we can become full and whole. We welcome you. Connecting in with our friends in the north, the night and the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought. Connecting in with our ancestors, connecting in to hummingbird spirit. We welcome you, hummingbird. We welcome you for teaching us how to trust the path that we're on, to only ever accept the sweetest nectar into our lives, to only ever accept the best, and to remember that we will come home to the dreams that we're daring to dream, to keep going, to have that perseverance that you have. We welcome you. Connecting down to those beneath us. We connect to Mama Earth, and we connect to all of the spirits on the earthly realm. Connecting into Elder, we thank you, Elder, for joining us in ceremony, and we thank all of our plant relations. We thank our animal friends. We thank the furred, the feathered, the finned, the creepy crawly, and the slithery slimy ones for joining us. And we also want to thank the stone people for holding space for us in space. Thanking all our earth relations, especially Elder and the spirits that align with Elder. You are all welcome in our ceremony today. Connecting up to those above us, we connect in with Father Sky, and we thank Father Sky for the breath of life, the winds of change, the blue skies and the grey. We welcome you. We welcome in Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, the star nations, all of our cosmic realm relations. And we welcome in Great Spirit. Great Spirit is our connection into the creation of life itself. You might call this God. You might call this Creator. You might call this Source Energy. Whatever words or language you use, it's all okay and leading us to the same energy. We welcome you and we thank you for connecting us into the matrix of all that is, for our consciousness within this matrix. Thank you for guiding us to meet with Elder today. We welcome you. And if there's anyone else you would like to welcome into your sacred space now, perhaps you have an angel guide, perhaps you have an animal guide, or an ancestor, whoever you would like to call in, you can welcome them now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So now we've called in our benevolent witnesses. We will be supported throughout our ceremony by them. And also during the ceremony, if ever you feel a bit stuck, you can call on them as well. So the way this works now is we have created sacred space, we are protected. I would love it if you had somewhere to lie down or sit supported, and really good earphones or speakers, because when we play the gongs, they sound so much better if you have the right kit. If you only have your phone, then if you've got earphones, just pop those in, because that will really make a huge difference to the quality of sound that comes through. There is a process to shamanic journeying. In shamanism, we think about 3 realms of reality. The realm that we're living in right now is known as the middle realm. The lower realm is where we are journeying to today. This lower realm is a place where we can connect more easily with spirits, the spirits of the land that we live in. So we can connect with the tree spirits, the mountain spirits, the animal spirits, the water spirits, wherever you wish to go. Within this realm, but connect on a spiritual level, we tend to go into the lower realm for that connection. Not always, but the majority of the time, it really helps to deepen our level of consciousness, get us into the right state, that ideally that alpha, delta, maybe even theta states of consciousness where things can really be very visual for us. There is an upper realm as well. The upper realm is considered to be a place which holds the information about our future, about our past, about our infinite soul. This is also a place where we can connect in with the angelic realm and our higher self. And the beings that are holding space for us, our soul tribe, that may or may not have manifested with us this lifetime. But today, our purpose is to journey into the lower realm to connect with the spirit of Elder. So we get there in a very particular way. I will guide you visually. And when I say visualize, I mean sense. So that word, which usually is just about our eyes, I want you to tune into it in a different way, so that when we are inviting you to explore this process, you are just sensing with whatever is coming through. So if you think about it in this way, if you're listening to a podcast or a radio play, or an audible book, then you might be just closing your eyes, listening to the story, and you might have some kind of visual cues, but the majority of the time you're just sensing it in a way. So just tune into that way of sensing, and that's all you need. When we are activating our third eye, I will guide you through a process to activate your third eye, and it may or may not, again, link into that visual cortex. I will invite you to imagine that you're leaving your body, and it's not like astral projection. You're actually going to feel like you're leaving your body. But you will imagine you're leaving your body, and you're going to go on a journey into a place, into nature, in this realm, in the middle realm. And in that place in nature, it could be a forest, it could be a field, it could be a mountain, it could be a body of water like a lake, it could be a cave or a beach. It needs to be somewhere that you've been to at least once, and it needs to be a place that you feel connected to spiritually. So when we get there, I don't want it to be a place where there's lots of people. So parks aren't ideal, but there are certain places that are quite quiet you might be able to go to. Imagine yourself traveling to that place, and then when we get there, I will guide you a little bit like the Alice in Wonderland story to imagine that you're going down a tunnel, deepening into the earth until you come out into this lower realm landscape. And that tunnel can be accessed in, again, multiple ways. This tunnel could lead from a cave. It could lead from a doorway in a tree, like a little fairy door, very sophisticated. Or perhaps you just have a rabbit hole. That's a bit like the way I go. I actually go through a foxhole and I jump through, and it takes me down a big mudslide, which is a lot of fun to go down before I end up landing in the lower realm landscape. So that's the journey. When we get there, it unfolds. I will invite you to call for a spirit guide, and that spirit guide usually shows up in animal form. That animal will then guide us to meet the spirit of elder. Your animal guide or spirit guide, whoever comes through for you, because it could be another type of being. It could be a mythical beast, it could be a fairy, it could be an angel from the upper realm, it could be anything at all. It could be an ancestor, because elder also loves working on your ancestral karmic issues. Then that energy, that being, will be our guide. So if you get stuck, you can ask your guide who's with you, who's come to help you today. So we'll call for our guide to come forward. Then we'll go and meet the spirit of elder. Now, elder has certain qualities. She's very good at removing black magic. She's very helpful at clearing karmic blockages, maybe blockages that you have from past lives, but also ancestral blockages that you've inherited. So epigenetic wounds can be cleared. So you can ask for the help in a spiritual, magical way in that sense. You might also have sinusitis or hay fever and ask her to help to clear that energy on a physical level. She's also a diaphoretic, which means that she helps you sweat, which is again another way that we would release toxicity from the body, which is probably why we would have associated her with banishing evil spirits. Because many years ago, think about it, 500 years ago, we had no idea about viruses or bacteria causing illness. So we believed wholeheartedly that illness was caused by bad spirits. So it might be more of a link to the physical causes, but the story comes from way back in the past, and our ancestors believed that. Whatever reason we have for believing that elder can help us in this way, we are still teaching these stories. We are still talking about it in this way. And elder is used to make magical wands as well, which are used in extraction ceremonies where people remove negative energies from people. So that's a little bit about elder. And I want you to be cautious when you approach elder and be mindful of her as an elder, actually, thinking about that word, that's kind of perfect for her, that she needs to be shown respect, that humanity has been very much out of balance with the nature spirits for a number of years, particularly the last 200 years. And so we need to be asking if it's okay to approach her. There's this thing in the world, in the kind of hippie world, where people talk about going up and hugging a tree. And one of my wise teachers taught me that, you should really ask if it's okay to hug, which is the same with any human being as well. So you're kind of approaching the elder tree a little bit like anybody. You're just a little bit more respectful. Like, is it okay to give you a hug? Like, can I sit with you? Can we talk a while? Just talk to it like it's a new friend, and you're just honoring respectfully its boundaries, because it's very good at setting boundaries and creating boundaries for others. So we should respect its boundaries too. Okay, so I hope that's given you enough time, if you've been drinking tea, to drink it enough. Otherwise, you can always pause the video and come back when you're finished. And then when you're ready, I want you to get yourself nice and relaxed, either laying down or sitting up supported. You might want to have tissues, maybe you'll have a little cry. You might want to have a journal next to you so that you can write down any information that comes through. I thoroughly recommend journaling about these journeys. They bring so much through when we do that. And I will guide you on this journey now, all the way to meet the elder spirit and back again. And that process is going to take us around 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so you need to be nice and comfy. Okay, so let's begin. As I begin warming up the gongs to guide you, we will be using a relaxation process for our physical body. Once our physical body is nice and relaxed, then we'll go into awakening the third eye and going on our journey. So getting yourself nice and comfy now as we wake up the gongs. And start to tune into your physical body, taking some nice long deep breaths. Just as we breathe out, just releasing any tension that's in the body that we're aware of. Now we're going to scan through the body from the top to the toes. So from the top of the head, just relaxing through the forehead, softening all the muscles of the forehead. Then allowing that relaxation to spread down a little more into the eyes and the muscles around the eyes. If you haven't already closed your eyes, just closing them now. Now take a moment to relax into the cheeks and the jaw and the mouth and the tongue. Now relax into the shoulders, the neck, all the way along the column of muscle at the back of the neck, the sides and the front of the throat chakra area as well. And then into the shoulders, really letting those shoulders drop away any tension they've been holding. Relaxing into the arms, upper arms softening, forearms relaxing, hands and fingers becoming loose and limp, and just rest them somewhere comfortably, either on your lap, perhaps on your tummy, your heart, or on the floor next to you. If you need to release some heavy energy, it's good to send it through the hands and through the feet into the ground beneath you. Now relaxing into the back of the body, relaxing through the muscles of the upper back, the spine relaxing and softening. Muscles either side of the spine releasing any tension. Across the upper back, you can feel the breath as it comes into the body, expanding into the back of the body. Allow the chest, the upper body to relax fully as well. So when you breathe into the chest, it just expands like a big balloon. And then we sigh out with a big sigh of relief. That's really good. Nice releasing breath there. Now relaxation moving down through the torso. So we're softening into our belly now. The abdomen rising on the in-breath and falling away on the out-breath as well. And the back of the body, the arch of the back, the small of the back, and the very lower back now, the sacral area, just softening. Going through the pelvis now, relaxing every part of the pelvis, just letting go. Relaxing into the hips, softening the thighs, the inner thigh, the backs of the thigh, the outer thigh, and the tops of the thighs too, all just letting go, releasing. Through the knee, softening the hold on your knees, and now relaxing and releasing the calf, the shin, and then all the way into the feet, into the toes, just letting go. That's beautiful. Now we're really relaxed. We can start to activate our third eye, and we're going to begin by tuning in to the space in our mind. Our third eye is considered to be the pineal gland, and the pineal gland sits right in the center of the mind, right between the two hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right hemisphere, between the ears, behind the eyes. So I want you to imagine that you're looking within now, and you're noticing that your mind is completely empty, like the void of space. And within that black space, you notice a tiny sparkle of pure white light that represents your conscious energy. Your conscious energy, this white light, starts to expand like a shooting star coming through space towards you. It starts to get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter. And it starts to fill up the whole of your mind now. As it fills up the whole of your mind, it starts to move into the rest of your body, into the back of your body, into the front of your body, down your arms, into your hands and fingers, all the way through the center of your body as well, clearing away anything that needs to be cleared from the organs, from the tissues, from the blood, from the lymphatic system. pelvis into the legs now, all the way through the legs, the thighs, the calves and shins, all the way down to the feet and toes. Now we're going to begin to glow and send this conscious energy outside of us. So first of all, just an inch like we're glowing, then filling up the whole of the aura that we cleared earlier. So you're inside a ball or an egg shape of white light. Now expanding our white light into the space that's holding you. Whether that space is a room or a building, or perhaps you're blessed enough to even do this exercise under a tree, an elder tree. And you can include your elder tree. Wherever you are, expanding your energy into the space that's holding you. And sensing it. Sensing it like your energy field is second skin. An organ that senses. Now we're going to draw our energy field back. First of all, bringing it back to just being your aura. Then drawing it back into your physical body, so we remember where we begin and end again as a human being. Now bringing it all the way up into the center of your mind again, into your mind's eye. And that little white light in your mind's eye, concentrate it down now, so it's just a tiny sparkle. A little bit like Tinkerbell the fairy, when she's in her flying form. I want you now to imagine your little inner Tinkerbell going on a journey. So remembering your place in nature that you want to fly to. Imagine your little Tinkerbell, inner fairy, flying up out of your head, flying out of the room that you're in, or flying out of the space that you're in, and traveling across the landscape of the world to your place in nature that you've chosen to go to today. So as you begin this flight, you feel yourself traveling across the landscape. Perhaps you can sense the urban environment beneath you, the countryside, forests or farms, maybe rivers and roads, mountains and valleys. If you're going across giant landscapes, maybe you're even traveling across an ocean or a desert. Enjoying this wonderful journey that's carrying you across the beautiful landscapes of our earth till you start to see the place where you're going to come into land, coming into view. Tuning into the landscape of the place in nature that you want to descend into. You see it coming into view now. And you see and sense yourself coming slowly into land, like Aladdin floating down on a magic carpet. Coming into land now. Feeling your feet touch the ground. Feeling yourself fully present in that space. Sensing the texture of the ground beneath your feet, sensing the temperature of the air against your skin. Maybe there's a smell that you can sense as well, this particular space, that helps you to be more present here. Now there's something different about this space. If you've not been here before to shamanically journey, there'll be a portal here somewhere. You need to look around to find that portal. Perhaps you already do this work and you're used to finding your portal and you can start heading there already. We'll go in a moment together. So let's look for the portal. Is it in a tree? Is it underneath the tree? Is there a cave or a body of water that's calling you to dive into it? Start to notice the portal. Walk towards the portal, and if for any reason you're doing this and you're struggling a little bit, remember, this is our imagination. It's okay to create your own portal. So choose how you're going to go down if it hasn't chosen you. Look for the portal, walk towards it, and we're going to go together now on the count of 3 through the portal, remembering our intention. We're going on a journey to connect with a guide and the spirit of elder. We're going on a journey to connect with a guide and the spirit of elder. We're going on a journey to connect with a guide and the spirit of elder. Let's go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Going down through the portal now. Down and round we go. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Down and round and down and round. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Let your consciousness shift. This is what we need to perceive with an altered state of consciousness in this reality of the lower realm. Let yourself feel that you're sinking into a new landscape, into a new dimension of reality. Sensing yourself yourself going deeper and deeper now, down and round and down and round and deeper and deeper. Now you find yourself slowly, gently coming into land. Your feet touch the ground, just like a cat. You land on your feet, and now you're in the lower realm landscape. If it's dark, because sometimes when you first get here, it's dark, you can turn on the lights. Remembering this is your imagination, find a way to create light. There may be candles you can light, there may be a torch in your pocket. Find a way to create, call in the light so you can see with more ease. The next thing we need to do is call for a guide. So calling for your spirit guide, calling for your spirit guide, calling for your spirit guide. You can speak this out loud, or you can say it with your inner voice quietly. You're calling for your spirit guide. This might be an animal spirit that's shown up for you, maybe one you're familiar with. It could be a spirit guide in a different form, a fairy or an angel or a soul sister. It could be anything at all, a mythical beast, or just a light being showing up as a ball or a flame of light. Calling them in now. Just give you a few minutes to connect with your guide. Thanking your guide for coming forwards. If any of you are struggling, remember this is your imagination. Call in who you would like to call in. Perhaps you have a favourite animal you would like to invoke. It's all right to do that as well. Now as you connect with your guide, just thanking them for coming forward and explain to them. If you haven't met them before, tell them your name. Tell them where you're from. They like to know where you're from. And that means your birthplace, even if you've moved on from then. Explain why you're here, your purpose, that you're here to connect with the spirit of Elder. Can they please guide you to meet the spirit of Elder? Now you may go on a journey within the journey. Elder may show up in many forms. Sometimes she will show up as a beautiful elder goddess. Sometimes she will show up as a fairy or a gnome. Sometimes she'll show up as the tree itself. When you connect with the spirit of Elder, I want you to give her an offering and thank her for coming forward for you. That offering could be something quite intuitive from you. It could be a crystal. It could be some sacred tobacco. It could be a song. And then you can ask Elder what she would like to share with you. Or perhaps you have a particular request today. Perhaps you would like her to help you to clear your energy from karmic wounds, epigenetic wounds. Perhaps you would like her to show you what those wounds are and how you might work with them. Perhaps there is a karmic debt that you need to pay on behalf of your ancestors who may have done some harm to the planet or nature in the past. That's probably quite likely for most of us, living in the Western world at least. Ask her about her medicine. Now I'm going to let you fly off with whoever you're working with, or journey off with whoever you're working with now. I'm going to play the gongs for you. And just allow this to unfold. And just keep trying. Sometimes it takes a few goes to really connect in. So keep calling, keep making offerings, keep offering your gratitude. Elder will be kind to us today, and she'll come through in a really visual way, but however she shows, be open to receive the messages that she has for us today. fully back into your body. So for now, just enjoy the journey. have downloads, but the integration comes later. The understanding comes later, sometimes much later. The point of using our third eye in the way that we're doing it today is to send the messages out and to be open to receiving, but we must be patient. Sometimes the message needs to come through in a form that is not something we were expecting. And it may come in a time we are not expecting as well, after the ceremony is closed. So thanking Elder or all of the spirits that have helped you today. And if you've gone on a journey within a journey, it's time for us to make our way back to the portal, the way that we first entered this landscape. So ask your guides to help you to come back to the portal and go on the journey the same way as you came, retracing your steps as best you can. Coming back to the portal now. And I'm going to put us all up back into our bodies on the count of 3 through that portal. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Coming up and round now. Leaving your guides behind. They're there for you. You can always call them into the middle realm later, but just for now, leaving everybody behind as the cord of connection between our body and our spirit is getting tighter and tighter, and it's pulling us home as we feel ourselves lifting up through that tunnel, going up and round and up and round and up and round. We feel our consciousness shift back again into a more everyday consciousness. And as we start to shift into a more everyday consciousness, we feel ourselves popping out through the crust of the earth into our place in nature. From our place in nature, we are lifted up into the sky, and we start to travel home again towards our body, across the landscapes, across the fields and the farms, across the urban environment, the countryside, the forests, across rivers and roads, mountains and valleys, oceans and deserts. I want you to start to see the landscape where your body is resting coming into view now, wherever you are. Coming into that landscape, hovering above like a bird of prey, just hovering above, feeling your body beneath you. Coming down now into the landscape that's holding your body safe. Mama Earth's had her loving arms wrapped around you all this time. Now you come fully back into your body through the crown chakra the same way you left. Welcome home. Welcome back to your body. Now spend a little time. You might still want to keep your eyes closed for a moment and spend some time recalling the information. When you wake up from a dream in the morning, often you have little sections that are clear, others which are a bit more blurry, and the same can be when we come back from a journey. So tuning into the journey, the story, letting it unfold in this moment, eyes closed, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and start to journal and make notes. And after you've journaled, it's a good idea to reflect, because sometimes it triggers another memory, another detail, just like when we journal with dreams. To let you go, I am going to close sacred space. Now, because we have journeyed into the lower realm, you may also wish to clear your energy field afterwards, but for now, I'm just going to close sacred space and say goodbye till next time. And so let's begin. In the east, we will say goodbye to our friends in the east. We want to say goodbye to the dawn, the fire element, the rising sun. We want to say goodbye to Condor and Eagle for holding space for us in space, and for carrying our messages and prayers and intentions into the heavens so that we can receive what's meant for us in this middle realm. We thank you and release you. Connecting in with our friends in the south direction, the water, the flow of life, the warmth of the noonday sun and Mama Snake. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your sacred release today. Thank you for reminding us that we are all one, heartbeat to heartbeat, connected through Mother Earth. We release you. Connecting in with our friends in the west, the dusk and the setting sun, the earth and the fertility of life. We thank you We thank Mama Jaguar for holding space for us and helping us to be brave in the darkness, for finding wholeness again. We thank you and release you whole. Thanking our friends in the north, the night and the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought, our beloved ancestors and hummingbird. We thank you for joining us and for bringing us home again. We release you. Coming down to the earth beneath our feet, we want to thank Mama Earth and all our earth relations, particularly those spirits that came through for you today. So we want to thank Elder, any animal guides or any other spirit guides that came through from the earth plane. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up today. We release you all, spirits of the earth. Coming up to those above us, we want to thank Father Sky for wrapping his loving arms around us, protecting us from the void of space. We thank you and release you. And we also continue to thank and release everyone else above us. Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun of the Star Nations, thank you for holding space for us in space. We release you. And last of all, we connect in and thank Great Spirit. Thank you for our experience. Thank you for our consciousness within the matrix of all that is. We release you. Now we may have called in other energies, other spirit guides. So if that is true for you, then just spending a moment thanking them and releasing them now. Thank you. And now releasing ourselves. Okay, so we are now all free to go on to do whatever we need to do. I would love you to journal, to integrate more fully. There may be an action that you were guided to take. Take that action. It will help you to connect and to communicate more fully with the plants if they can see that you are a person who holds their word and their promises. And I will see you in another ceremony very soon, working with our beautiful plant spirit friends or animal spirit friends. Thank you for joining me in ceremony.